2. 1.1 Introduction. The world is shrinking rapidly today. Advances in information technology, scientific knowledge and applications have transformed a sprawling Earth into a global village. People of various cultures and nationalities now meet, interact, trade, socialize with ease on a daily basis. English becomes official language of the administration, medium of instruction, and subject of study in the Indian schools and university. A knowledge of English is considered as necessary for activity, thought and employment. Making this possible is the use of a common language, English. English is used by over 500 million people across the globe. 1 person out of every 4 persons in the world can be reached through English. 50% of the world's newspapers, scientific and technical journals, and over 60% of the world's radio stations use English as a means of communication. It is also the official language of the UNO. Speaking English became a fashion. It is an important foreign language that has attained the status of link language in different countries of the world. It holds important place in education system. Even, we can say, that it holds unique position in India. Besides being a link, it is our major window to the modern world. 1.2 Objectives. To understand the different role of language. To familiarize with the nature of language. To enable the students to understand the place of English. To enable the students to understand the need and importance of the language. To enable the students to understand the significance of the language in human life. To enable the students to know the basic characteristics and functions of the language. To enable the student teachers develop linguistic skills among their pupils. To assess the status of English language. To view the central role of language in human society. 3. 1.3 Role of English language. English has been playing an important role in our educational system as well as in our national life. It was supreme in the pre-independent India. Though, in free India, English could not be allowed to occupy the position of privilege. This was acknowledged by all the persons. Consequently, it was decided that regional languages should be developed and that Hindi should replace English. Nothing can be said against these things. Independent India must have its own national language. 1.3.1 Meaning of the term. Derived from Latin lingua, which means tongue, and the French term langue. Language is the entire complex of phenomena associated with human vocal and auditory communication of emotions and ideas. Language is called a social phenomenon because it has relevance only in a social setting. Language undergoes a continuous, though unnoticed, process of growth and change. It becomes sharp, crisp, refined and versatile with the passage of time. Pick up the historical background of any language, you will be astonished to notice the major changes in spellings, meaning, pronunciation and its connotation and denotation. Hence, language is a living phenomenon. In its broadest and most general sense, language may be said to be any means of expression or mental concepts by any living beings whatsoever, and of communicating them to, or receiving them from, other living beings. Language is a very complex human phenomenon. All attempts in define it have proved inadequate. In common parlance, it may be said that language is an organized noise used in actual social situations. Ta is why it is defined as contextualized systematic sounds. Patanjali defined it as that human expression which is uttered out by speech organs. Encyclopedia Britannica defines language as a system of conventional, spoken or written symbols by means of which human beings, as members of a social group and participants in its culture, communicate. 4. 1.3.2 Definition. 1. Language is a primarily human and non-instinctive method of communicating ideas, emotions and desires by means of a system of voluntarily produced symbols, sapir. 2. Language, in its widest sense, means the sum total of such signs of our thoughts and feelings as are capable of external perception and as could be produced and repeated. Will Hay, H. Gardiner. 3. Language may be defined as the expression of thought by means of speech sounds. Henry Sweet. 4. A system of communication by sound, i.e., through the organs of speech and hearing, among human beings of a certain group or community, using vocal symbols, possessing arbitrary conventional meanings. Mario A. Pei and Frank Ainer. 5. Language is human, a verbal systematic symbolism, a means of transmitting information, a form of social behavior, with a high degree of convention. J. Watmo. 6. A language is a symbol system based on pure or arbitrary convention, infinitely extendable and modifiable according to the L-Bunning needs and conditions of the speakers. R. H. Robbins. 7. A language is a device that establishes sound meaning correlations, pairing meanings with signals to enable people to exchange ideas through observable sequences of sound. Ronalds W. Langaker. 8. A language is audible, articulate human speech as produced by the action of the tongue and adjacent vocal organs. The body of words and methods of combining words used and understood by a considerable community, especially when fixed and elaborated by long usage. A tongue. Webster.